Hey there, history buffs and trivia titans. Welcome to our channel where we excavate the past for fascinating facts and mind-blowing moments that shaped our world. Today, we're embarking on a thrilling journey through time with a round of world history trivia. We've got questions ranging from ancient empires to modern milestones, scientific breakthroughs to political intrigues. Get ready to test your knowledge, challenge your assumptions, and maybe even learn something new. So grab your thinking caps, buckle up your mental chronometers, and let's dive into the fascinating world of history trivia. Let's kick things off with a science icon. Marie Curie shattered gender barriers and revolutionized our understanding of the atom. Born in Warsaw, she moved to Paris to pursue learning. There, she met Pierre Curie, and their partnership blossomed. They discovered polonium and radium, defining her legacy. From the hallowed halls of science, we set sail to the high seas, to a time when pirates ruled the waves, instilling fear and fascination in equal measure. And few pirate names carried the weight and notoriety of Blackbeard. Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, was a legendary figure, a shrewd strategist, and a ruthless raider who terrorized the Caribbean and the American colonies in the early 18th century. His flagship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, was a fearsome sight. A 40-gun frigate bristling with cannons and crewed by hardened sailors. Legend has it, Blackbeard adorned his long black beard with lit fuses, creating a fearsome spectacle that struck terror into the hearts of his enemies. But the reign of Blackbeard's Queen Anne's Revenge was short-lived. The ship ran aground in 1718 off the coast of North Carolina, and Blackbeard met his end in a fierce naval battle. Let's turn back the clock to 1066, a pivotal year in English history. Imagine the clash of swords and the thunder of hooves. 1066 marked the Norman Conquest, reshaping England's landscape. It culminated at the Battle of Hastings, a decisive encounter. King Harold fell, ending Anglo-Saxon rule in England. Chapter 4. Yugoslavia, a land divided. Fast forward now to the 20th century, to a region in southeastern Europe marked by complexity and turmoil. It was a land of rugged mountains, sparkling coastlines, and a tapestry of cultures and religions. Yugoslavia, a socialist federation formed after World War I, encompassed a diverse group of ethnicities including Serbs, Croats, Bosniaks, Macedonians, and Slovenians. But beneath the surface of unity simmered long-standing ethnic and religious tensions, fueled by historical grievances and political opportunism. In the early 1990s, as the Cold War grip loosened, these tensions erupted, fracturing Yugoslavia into a patchwork of independent republics. Bosnia and Herzegovina, a republic within Yugoslavia, became a battleground in a brutal civil war marked by ethnic cleansing and atrocities. The war left deep scars on the region and its people, a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the devastating consequences of division. Chapter 5. Ferdinand Magellan, around the world in, well, almost. Let's set sail on a voyage of epic proportions, a daring expedition that changed our understanding of the world. In 1519, Ferdinand Magellan set out to find a westward route to the Spice Islands. His fleet braved treacherous seas, storms, starvation, and mutiny. They discovered the strait that now bears Magellan's name, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Magellan was killed in the Philippines in 1521. His expedition, led by Juan Sebastian Elcano, completed the first circumnavigation in 1522. Chapter 6. Sweden stays neutral, true or false? Time for a true or false question. Picture Europe engulfed in the flames of World War II, a continent divided, nations locked in a fight for survival. But amidst the chaos, one nation remained neutral, Sweden. True or false? Sweden maintained a stance of neutrality throughout World War II. Think carefully. Consider the geopolitical realities of the time, the pressures and dilemmas faced by neutral nations. The answer? True. Sweden, despite its geographical proximity to the conflict and economic ties to both sides, managed to navigate the treacherous waters of wartime neutrality. This neutrality wasn't without its critics or controversies. Sweden faced accusations of economic collaboration with Nazi Germany, and its neutrality was often tested. However, it also played a humanitarian role, providing refuge to refugees and serving as a channel for communication between warring parties. Chapter 7. Bay of Pigs, a presidential crisis. A defining moment in American foreign policy, the Bay of Pigs invasion. Picture a young John F. Kennedy facing a perilous crisis. The Bay of Pigs invasion was a failed CIA attempt to overthrow Fidel Castro in April 1961. The plan involved training Cuban exiles to spark an uprising. However, the invasion was poorly planned and executed. The invading force was quickly overwhelmed by Cuban troops. It was a major embarrassment for the Kennedy administration, escalating Cold War tensions. Chapter 8. Caligula more than just little boots. Let's step back in time to ancient Rome, to an empire ruled by emperors, some revered, some reviled. And few emperors have earned a reputation for cruelty and madness quite like Caligula. This Roman emperor, whose name echoes through history as a byword for tyranny and excess, was a figure of intrigue and terror during his short but eventful reign. Caligula, whose name means little boots, a nickname given to him by his father's soldiers, ascended to the throne in 37 AD amidst great hope and expectation. But his reign soon descended into a maelstrom of paranoia, cruelty, and extravagance. He declared himself a god, indulged in lavish banquets, and allegedly committed acts of unspeakable cruelty. While some historians argue that Caligula's excesses have been exaggerated by his enemies, his reign serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power. Chapter 9. From Corsica to Emperor, the Rise of Napoleon. From the Roman Empire, we travel to the rugged island of Corsica, the birthplace of a man who would rise from humble beginnings to become one of the most influential figures in European history, Napoleon Bonaparte. Born Napoleon Bonaparte in 1769, he rose through the ranks of the French army during the tumultuous years of the French Revolution. A brilliant military strategist and a charismatic leader, Napoleon's victories on the battlefields of Italy and Egypt made him a national hero. In 1799, he seized power in a coup, becoming first consul of France and effectively ending the French Revolution. Napoleon's ambition knew no bounds. He embarked on a series of military campaigns that redrew the map of Europe, crowning himself Emperor of the French in 1804. Our final stop takes us to the closing days of World War II, to a meeting of great powers where the fate of nations hung in the balance. In February 1945, as the war in Europe was nearing its end, three world leaders, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Winston Churchill, and Joseph Stalin, met in Yalta, Crimea. The Yalta Conference aimed to shape the post-war world, addressing issues such as the occupation of Germany, the formation of the United Nations, and the future of Eastern Europe. The agreements reached at Yalta were complex and controversial, reflecting the shifting power dynamics of the wartime alliance and the emerging realities of the Cold War. While Yalta laid the groundwork for the United Nations and the post-war order, it also sowed the seeds of division that would shape the decades to come. Wow, we've covered some serious historical ground today, from the discovery of radium to the fall of the Berlin Wall, from Blackbeard's pirate haven to the court of Caligula. How did you fare on our history trivia journey? Did we stump you with any tricky questions, or did you breeze through like a true history master? No matter your score, We hope you enjoyed this trip through time and learned something new about our shared human story. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more intriguing history content. See you next time.